Very fortunate to be the 1 seed in U32 so far.
And the Raider women will try to turn it right here. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody, for the Division II Championship. The puck on the ice, the game underway, down along the near side boards, and steered in by MMU, bounced up side of the net by Jenna Latterer, and the puck banked around to the near boards as the teams will maybe feel themselves out a little bit early, Tom, but these teams know each other very well. As we said, they've played twice during the regular season, and as I said, I expect there'll be offense here. This is Anna Burke steering it around on the far side as the Cougars look to work it out to center. They do. Puck knocked down, shoveled back in for U32 by Madison Woodard, but now picked up, and it's Margaret Thompson carrying the puck. Defenseman going for a shot, blocked away to the sideboards. Puck steered away by U32, and retreating to play for her own line at Mount Mansfield's Megan Hawley with it. Up on the far sideboards, puck jammed up right in front of the penalty boxes, and regained by the Raiders up on the near side. Stepping ahead with the puck is Michaela Bernier, got the shot on goal, and the short side save by the goaltender Dulude for MMU, and we'll get a face-off in the Mount Mansfield zone.
First look there at Bernier, leading scorer for the Raiders, 32 goals in her junior season.
Cleared to the far sideboards for MMU by Jenna Latterer. Tried to scoop it up the boards. Pass knocked down by Madison Woodard. Now Latterer again trying to get it out. Woodard steered it up in the circle. Pass bouncing off one of the MMU skaters to the near side. And a shot, they score! Shot from the near side point for U32 by Nell Peterson. And it is 1-0, a high shot into the top corner of the net, eluding goaltender Dulude. 1-0 Raiders at the 1:28 mark of the first period.
A absolute great pinpoint shot, and I don't think necessarily that Dulude thought that shot was coming from that point.
1:28 the time of the goal, and the Raiders on top 1-0. We'll get the official announcement. I think it was Nell Peterson who let the shot go.
They do have her listed, I believe, for the goal scorer.
1-0 Raiders. Well, we said we thought there'd be a lot of scoring, and at this rate there will be. Long dump into the Raiders zone, and back to get it. Acadia Zabriskie tried to put it up the sideboards. Puck out through center. Could have been played at the far point, so there's no icing. And for MMU, back to play it, Jackie Ryan. Ryan turning the net. Ryan, one of 6 players on this MMU team who attends CVU. 6 CVU students on the MMU team this year. Puck dumped all the way down, and the first stop of the night for Chloe Sayers in the net for the Raiders. Now MMU stepping over the line. 2 players right in the shot, and good defensive play getting back against the on-charging Jackie Ryan as U32 broke it up and come back to center on the right wing. Centering pass to the side of the net, knocked away. Retrieved by Mount Mansfield's Lauren Hanley, and dumps it ahead back into the U32 zone. Raiders pass up in the middle, and with it stepping over the line, broken up immediately was Logan Blake. And for MMU, pinching deep into the corner, Lydia Maitland. Maitland down low in the corner, digging the puck out. Gets it away for a short side shot. The save by Sayers. Off the shot from Jenna Latterer. Puck knocked down at the Raider line, or at the MMU line. Cougars regaining control, and to play it, Anna Burke. Burke steers it up the near side boards. Cougars tap to center, and jumping on it up over the line is Haggerty. Haggerty for the shot, right on. Sayers with the save on the shot by the junior Lauren Haggerty. And we'll get a face-off in the U32 zone. We played 3 minutes and 27 seconds in the first period, and the Raiders out to a 1-0 lead.
They're going to give that first goal to Madison Woodard,
okay,
the senior, and the assist to Megan Ryan on that first period goal, putting the Raiders up by that 1-0 margin.
So Woodard on the game lead goal, scramble down the goal mouth. And Sayers able to get down on top and tie it up, and we'll get a face-off in the U32 zone. Both teams changing up here. Shots early, 2 apiece, but one of them has gone in for the Raiders.
You know, George, you mentioned the CVU players. Talking to Coach Winterstein before the game, he mentioned that...
Puck in front, they score! And MMU has tied the game right off the face-off. It is 1-1.
I believe that was Lydia Maitland.
Yeah, I believe you're
CVU
right.
forward.
So Lydia Maitland with the tying goal at 3:47. And as we said, we may get a few goals tonight. 1-1.
I was saying Maitland, one of those CVU players, Coach Winterstein said the team didn't officially find out till 2 weeks before the season that they were going to go ahead and merge with CVU. So it was a quick coming together, but he said the two teams have really bonded over the season.
Puck to the blue line. High shot floated through from the point for the Raiders by Nell Peterson. It goes up over the top of the net, but a steal down low. Bad angle shot from the far side, and the glove save by Dulude. Off the shot for U32 by Logan Blake. And we will get a face-off. It will be in the Cougar zone in the circle to Dulude's right.
Maitland did get the goal. Haggerty and Ryan credited with assists.
And the draw into the corner, controlled by MMU. With it there is Megan Hawley. Dumped it to the line. It was not out. Held in there for U32 by Natalie Levine. And now the pickup in behind the net by the Raiders, trying to walk to the front of the net, but getting it knocked off her stick was Megan Ryan. We have a Ryan on each side. Jackie Ryan for Mount Mansfield, Megan Ryan for U32. Puck scooped out to the line and out to center ice by the Cougars. Raiders pick it up, and shooting it back in was Cricket Besa. And the puck retrieved and started up out of her own zone by Hawley for MMU. Lays it up in the middle. Haggerty steps over the line, wheels it wide, throws it to the goal mouth right across the blue ice, and nobody able to get a piece of it. Puck held in at the near side point by Burke. Steps it to the circle. Anna Burke to the slot. Puck poked off her stick. And the Raiders come back at center. Pass on the right wing side. Player coming to the bench was coming off on a change, decided she better try to play the puck ahead, and play continues with the Raiders feeding it to the MMU line. It's knocked down there by Haggerty. Lauren Haggerty steps it over the line on the backhand, and she fired it wide. Rebound bouncing down to the far corner, kept alive for MMU by Jenna Latterer. Latterer along the wing boards. Now Haggerty out with the puck. Puck bounced off her stick. And the Raiders turn it the other way, coming to center. This is Besa coming across to scoop it off her stick. Good defensive play there by one of the Cougars. And the puck at center ice picked up by Mount Mansfield. They'll tap it ahead into the zone. Both teams changing. 8 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in period number one. A 1-1 game. Here's Hawley putting it through on goal. Big rebound and a glove save. Shot by Hawley from the near side point. And the rebound came right out on the forehand of one of the Cougars. That was MMU's Lauren Hanley, and a good glove save on the follow-up.
Well, look, George, like the defense for U32 was a little bit slow cleaning up the garbage in front of the net. I don't know, maybe they thought Sayers was going to pounce on it. They kind of let MMU in there for that shot.
Trying to step into the slot this time for MMU, Jackie Ryan, but it was knocked off her stick. Ryan now forcing it deep up into the corner. Ryan behind the net, laid it out in front. Sayers sticked it away. Puck to the sideboards and banged off the boards and all the way down by the Raiders, and that'll be an icing call against U32. With 8:16 left in the first period. 1-1 game. The first goal for Madison Woodard of U32 at 1:28. Lydia Maitland answering for MMU at 3:47.
Right now, looking at our stats, the 6-1 in favor of the Cougars of MMU.
Cougars have had the best of the plays so far. Puck to the blue line, bounced off the stick of Anna Burke, but she scoops it back in. And her team will set up the forecheck. Breakout pass, stolen in the middle. Shot and a save by Sayers. Off the shot from Mount Mansfield by Latterer. Puck bouncing all the way back to the Cougar zone, and Burke chasing back to get it. Turns in the near side corner, puts it up on the near side boards to the line. Puck gloved down and steered ahead for MMU by Latimer. And now it is driven into the U32 zone. In after it is Maitland. Maitland in the corner, puck knocked off her stick. For U32, Meg Ryan flipping it high. It was gloved down and kept in the zone for MMU by Margaret Thompson. Cougars to control in the corner, or try to, but the puck scooped away. Getting it in the corner is Besa for U32. Shoots around to the far side point. Puck knocked down, held in there for the Cougars by Anna Igler. Igler put it low in behind the cage. Puck backhanded back in deep for U32. Nell Peterson puts it around the boards, but it's held in by Margaret Thompson momentarily. Now the puck out to center. And a bouncing puck picked up, turning the other way up over the line. Jackie Ryan. Forehand shot up high, save. Rebound juggled by Sayers and cleared around behind the net. Cougars hold in. Here's Ryan again. Ryan, great move right to the net, and she threw it wide. Great moves by Ryan, but could not put it on the net. Puck driven deep in behind the U32 cage. For the Raiders, Natalie Levine steered it around, but it's stolen. Cougars center it in front. Sayers knocked it away. Here's Jackie Ryan again. Sets up a player in the slot, and the shot snapped away wide of the cage by the player set up on the play, who was Margaret Thompson. Puck out to center and picked up, stepping ahead for U32. Up over the line is Peyton Curley. Curley going to the corner. Curley had it knocked off her stick, but she'll run it down now in the corner. Curley trying to center one. Cleared away by the back checker. Puck deflecting off a couple of sticks. Back down the ice, and that is going to be called an icing against Mount Mansfield. And the faceoff will come back to the Cougar zone. We're down to 5:47 in the first period of a 1-1 game.
And so far, MMU keeping the pressure on U32, and especially Megan Ryan had a nice run there in that last minute. Ryan, the second leading scorer on the team with 14 goals.
Now, corner of her own zone for Mount Mansfield, Anna Igler. Got it around to the near side boards. Puck picked up by Haggerty, but puck quickly knocked off her stick. Close quarters down along the near side boards. Pass ahead across ice by the Cougars, broken up. Here's Besa stepping back over the line, floats it on goal from long range, and Duluth able to track it, catch it, and hold on to it. And a face-off in the MMU zone.
And so far, for U32, almost all their shots are coming from outside about 25 feet, whereas MMU's getting in close and putting pressure on Sayers.
Yeah, there's nothing inside so far for U32. Puck banked off the boards by the Cougars and out to center ice. Nell Peterson back to play it inside her own line for the Raiders. Feeds it up on the far side boards. Pass knocked down. Retrieving it over there is Logan Blake. Shoots one in, rolls wide of the Cougar net. Down to get it for the Raiders is Michaela Bernier in the corner. Bernier trying to squeeze through two players. Knocked off the puck, but it's kept alive. There's a shot snapped away wide of the far side post by Jordan Michaud. Puck behind the net. Michaud chasing into the corner. Michaud to dig it out. Lays it back on the near side point where it's picked up by Megan Ryan. Ryan had it knocked off her stick. Peterson steps into a shot, fired it wide. Rebound far side point. Zabriskie for the Raiders, shooting it down low. Puck cleared away to the far boards, but not out. Zabriskie again. Lays it into the slot. Puck bounced off his skate. Cougars able to tap it ahead. Trying to run on it for MMU was Maitland. Broken up, but now here's Jackie Ryan over the line. Puck knocked off her stick, and it's out to center. Taken by Burke. Burke will put it back into the U32 zone. We have 4 minutes to play in the first period. The shots are 10-3 for the Cougars, where counts were tied at 1. Puck bouncing back into the corner of the U32 zone for the Raiders. Peyton Curley to pick it up. Curley in behind her own net. Feeds it up on the near side boards. Puck picked up, tapped out to center by Logan Blake, and chasing back for MMU to play it is Melaine Carboni. Carboni's pass up on the far side boards comes to Haggerty. Haggerty at center. 3-on-3. Haggerty cutting, puck knocked off her stick, and unable to pick up was Lauren Hanley. Now the puck fed to the side of the net and cleared to the far side boards, and the Raiders come to center. On the left wing side, it is Michaud, gets it deep. Michaud has a player all alone in front, and steering it wide of the net was Logan Blake. What a setup there, Tom.
Absolutely a great look, and that's one Blake's going to remember at the end of this game.
Here's Burke back the other way, puts the shot wide. Anna Burke arguably puts it back on goal for a save, bouncing puck. Anna Burke, arguably MMU's best player. They play her on the blue line, but they can kind of use her any way she wants to. Great skater, and she showed you right there what she's capable of. Icing called here against the Raiders. We're down to 2:47 left in the period of a 1-1 first period here in the game.
Yeah, it's been a great year for Anna Burke. Her, along with Lauren Haggerty, leading the way, 18 goals apiece for MMU and a very balanced offensive attack.
Puck to the blue line and feeding it up through the slot. It deflected away wide was Megan Hawley for Mount Mansfield. Puck scooped away but not out of the zone. Now picked up. Besa dumped it ahead out to center on the near side. Actually, that was not Besa. That was number 11, Megan Ryan. Puck down along the near side boards, kicked ahead out to the center ice area. And a scoop pass to the open far side wing. Trying to run on it for Mount Mansfield is Audrey Scott, but the puck picked up by the Raiders. The steal by Maitland. Stepped over the line. It was knocked off her stick. Raiders shoot it out to center. And the puck played by Burke. Burke feeding one in, knocked down defensively for U32 by Peterson. Pass up in the middle. Besa scoops it into the MMU zone. We're under 2 minutes in the first period of this Division II championship game. The steal down low by Michaud. Takes it back out to the slot. Floats it down low. The pass a little bit in behind the intended receiver, who was Bernier, and the Cougars come back. The rush up over the line. It's Burke. Beats her player. Burke for the shot, and she threw it high up over the crossbar. Great rush by Burke, but not quite able to finish. Now 2 players down, sliding into the corner. Puck underneath. Referee wants them to move the puck. They do, and play continues. Picking it up and working it up out of their own zone for U32 was Curley. And the puck dumped in wide of the Mount Mansfield net. We've got a minute to play in a very good first period of hockey. Here's Haggerty again leading the rush over the line. Haggerty wheels wide. Tried to throw it to the net. And a good defensive play to break it up by Peterson. Puck comes back to the blue line. Hanley's attempted shot goes in behind the net. Now Haggerty's got it. Haggerty bouncing it out to the high slot, and back come the Raiders. On the rush, Megan Ryan, and it poked off her stick as she tried to go in 1-on-3. Puck, though, stays in the zone for her. Puck tapped up on the sideboards, now kept alive. An attempted centering pass knocked down. Loose puck, and MMU able to steer it out over the line to center. Under 20 seconds in the period. Back to play for Mount Mansfield behind her own net, Margaret Thompson. Thompson to the far side boards. Carries it ahead to center. Trying to pick up Jackie Ryan. Steps in over the line. Final 4 seconds. Raiders come back to center ice. 1 second, and there's the buzzer. Puck goes into the net on the long shot, beating Dulude, but obviously the buzzer had sounded. The goal does not count. And we reach the end of the period in a 1-1 tie, but I don't know if Dulude heard the buzzer and really wasn't trying that hard on that shot or not, Tom, but that's 2 long ones that went into the net against her in the first period.
Trying or not, I feel like you don't want to give another team any confidence. Whether you tried or not, as far as she's concerned, she just saw her shot go in the net, and it gives you a little positive momentum going into the break.
And if you're the goalie, a long shot like that floated past you and into the net, that's not a situation you really like either. First period in the books. Game tied 1-1. We'll break away here for a couple of announcements and then come originally had listed for the goal, is out there to take the draw against Jenna Latterer. And the puck on the ice underway. And forcing it up over the line, right to the net, and not able to really get a shot away for U32 was Jordan Michaud, but there was a push to the net right out of the opening face-off to start the period. Cougars now shoot it into the Raiders zone, and back to play for the Raiders is Acadia Zabriskie. Puts it around far side to Nell Peterson. Her pass up, knocked down, stolen by Haggerty, but it was poked off her stick and out to the center ice area. Now the Raiders scooping it deep. Back to play for the Cougars, defenseman Moline Carboni. And the Cougars feeding one ahead to the center ice area. Puck knocked down there by Peterson and puts it back into the Cougar zone. To play it, Anna Burke. Burke around to the far side boards, carries it herself. She'll do that a lot, shoots it in and goes in after it. She's chasing after the puck, cutting back behind the net for the Raiders to knock it away was Peyton Curley. Puck dribbling to the blue line. Carboni held it in. Now it's knocked away, and hustling on a change coming off the bench for MMU. Margaret Thompson prevented what looked for a second, like it was going to be a 2-on-0 break. Now back the other way, Ryan right in for the shot, and she fired it wide. Jackie Ryan with a burst of speed right down the middle and a breakaway the other way. This is Besa in for the shot, and the short side save at the other end by Dulude. Besa got it back at the back of the net, trying to muscle to the front of the cage. It was knocked away. We get a whistle as the puck was up on the back of the net. Rushes both ways. Great rush for Ryan. One way, Besa right back with a breakaway, Tom, the other way.
And you can tell Besa is very disappointed with the outcome of that breakaway. She brings a lot of size to that front line here for U32.
Now Margaret Thompson for the Cougars lays it ahead to the line. It's intercepted there. Here is Cricket Besa at center, driving it in. She'll go off on a change. Thompson to play it for the Cougars, turns to get away and starts it up out of her own zone. Forced to the far boards, tapped it out to center, but taken right back there by Curley, broken up. And again, here comes Ryan over the line for the shot and got the short side goal post. Puck centered back out in front. Had a player all alone in front of the net, Lauren Hanley, and it went by her and all the way down the ice.
Curley locked out there for U32. She had the mistouch, giving that great run to Jackie Ryan.
Here's Burke for the shot, save, and holding on to the puck is Sayers at the top of the blue ice. No rebound. It is opening up a bit here, Tom, in the second. Back and forth chances both ways.
And both the student sections starting to get into it. And you mentioned between the period, it's almost odd a little bit to see the MMU fans sitting with CVU fans all cheering at once.
Yeah, you got the MMU standard blue and mixed in with it some CVU red over there. Puck tapped down to the near side boards and back into the Cougar zone, and that will be an icing call against the Raiders. And we'll bring the face-off back into the U32 zone. We played 2 minutes and 43 seconds here in the second in a 1-1 game. State Division II championship game. Carboni on the draw, winning it back. Shot attempted by Maitland, blocked away. It's out to center. Retrieved by Hanley. Up to Maitland, tried to tip it in. It was knocked down. Raiders pick it up, and the puck bounced over the stick of Megan Ryan. She goes over against Thompson. Thompson to knock it away, but the puck kept in. Attempted centering pass deflected away. Shot floated through wide of the net for U32 by Dylan Rafferty. Centering pass in front, cleared away. And the Cougars will fire this all the way down for the icing.
And George, you mentioned it, both teams really coming out hard here in this second period. And for the first time, the Raiders are getting in to that, high percentage attack zone in front of the net.
They really are, much more so than they did in the first period. Face off in the Cougars zone, puck to the sideboards, and a shot from the sideboards by Logan Blake deflected in behind the net. Cougars unable to clear. Puck comes back out high slot. Curley floats it down low where it was knocked down by Anna Igler. Igler's pass deflecting, but the Cougars able to shoot it out to center. Stepping up and tapping it back in over the line was Natalie Levine. She's got the puck now at her own line, mishandled it. Now gets it back, got a little help from her friends, and dumps it up the wing boards, where it's picked up by Burke. Burke circling back inside her own line, scoops a backhander up the boards, picked off there by Jordan Michaud, who will put it back in, and here is Anna Burke. In behind the net, turning to get away. Winding it up now, avoids another player. Burke through center, steps over the line, fires the shot, floated it wide on her own rebound, and it's deflected away to the near corner. Every time Anna Burke touches the puck, she's dangerous. Puck cleared away and down the ice, and it will be an icing call against U32 with 10:34 remaining here in the second. You can talk about both teams, Tom. You got Anna Burke on one side, you got Cricket Base on the other side. Every time they touch the puck, it's a potential goal, no matter where they get it to start the rush.
Absolutely, and you can tell they're both starting to hone in on that aggressive streak, trying to get in there.
Now it's Haggerty turning, steps it over the line, hands it off to Maitland in a good defensive play. Stepping in to poke it off her stick was Besa. Besa dumps it ahead, though, to an empty wing, and it's down into the zone for the icing call. Besa was looking for somebody coming up that left side, and there was nobody there.
And now's about that point, George, that we saw in the first period, that initial burst, and then is when MMU, after 5-6 minutes, started to make their way into that U32 zone for the majority of the latter half of that first period.
Puck skated off by Nell Peterson, put it around on the far boards. Raiders shooting it out to center. Unable to make connections with the pass was Logan Burke. And tracking back to get it for the Cougars is Carboni. Puts it around to the far side corner. Works it up the boards. Puck cut off, kept in the zone by Bernier. Bernier shot it down low. Now in the corner, trying to center one. Burke, puck to the side of the net, tipped away for the Cougars by Jenna Latterer. Latterer had it knocked off her stick, but a tap pass up. Haggerty at center. Haggerty with Latterer. Haggerty right in for the shot. Shot it wide. How many opportunities, Tom, have the Cougars had in this game as we are 10 minutes or past the 10-minute remaining mark in the second period? How many chances have they had point blank, and they've missed the net?
Absolutely, and it almost appears a little bit like the U32 defense is almost a little nonchalant with these rushes here from MMU.
Here's Besa now behind the cage. Besa looking, lays it out in the slot, and the shoulder saved by Duluth, and the rebound gets away, but the referee lost sight of the puck and blew the whistle. Besa showing her skill that time, Tom. She went back there and just waited for somebody to give her a target, hit them, and they had a good scoring opportunity out of it.
Absolutely. That was probably their best opportunity since that shot from Blake back in the first period.
Face off Cougar zone. Puck tap to the corner. Putting it up the boards, not getting it out for MMU was Jackie Ryan. Now behind the net. Raiders looking to set it up. Pass out, intercepted by Ryan. And she'll step through two people to center and another. And she's in on the breakaway. Ryan for the shot. She scores! Jackie Ryan end-to-end walked it around three players. And the CVU Red Hawk turned MMU Cougar has given Mount Mansfield a 2-1 lead.
And for Jackie Ryan, her 15th goal of the season. None bigger than that one. And now, for the first time, we're going to have to see what the Raiders come up with from behind.
6:17 is the time of the goal here in the second period for MMU's Jackie Ryan.
Quick shot on the other end for U32. And once again, George sticking with that long shot that time from Blake.
Face-off coming up in the Cougar zone. It's an unassisted goal for Ryan at 6:17. And a 2-1 lead for the Cougars. Now it will be taken corner of her own zone by Burke. Burke banks it ahead. Pass knocked down by Peterson. Loose in the center ice area. And tap back into the zone. Back to play in the corner. Shooting it up the boards for U30 or for Mount Mansfield. They were unable to clear the zone. Pinching down into the corner is Jordan Michaud. Puck around to the far boards. And to pick it up, circling back into the corner of her own zone, getting her stick lifted on the play was Burke. Burke at the side of her own net, dumped it up to the near side boards. Pass out to center, taken back by Peterson for U32. Peterson's pass ahead is tipped into the zone by Madison Woodard. Woodard goes in after it, bangs the puck around to the far side boards. Attempted centering pass from over there by Megan Ryan, knocked away. Loose puck in behind the MMU net. The Raiders able to dig it out. An attempted centering pass knocked down, and the puck slides into Duluth, who gets the glove down on top to tie it up. And a face-off coming up in the Mount Mansfield zone as we are just past the midway point in the hockey game. 7:28 in the second period. MMU leading 2-1.
You saw Bernier there trying to get inside for U32. She's perhaps their best offensive weapon in terms of just pure scoring. 32 goals on the year.
Margaret Thompson got the puck around to the near side boards. Cougars work it to the line. Not out quite yet. Maitland taps it ahead just over the line. Raiders dump it right back in. But again, now here's Thompson. Thompson forced to the far side boards by Meg Ryan. Now Thompson knocked down by Ryan. Ryan out with a puck right to the front of the net. Puck loose in the slot and poked wide by Besa. Besa had the opportunity, poked it wide of the net, and the puck cleared away back to the U32 zone. Chasing back for the Raiders is Curley. Curley behind the net, lost it right at the side of the net. The shot by Maitland and the save by Sayers, and she'll hold on to that with 6:44 remaining in the second period.
And the sophomore cricket Besa is really starting to heat up and get some good looks, but she has to find the goal. She's put a few wide at point-blank range.
Now the face-off in the Raiders zone goes to the corner. To play it there for the Raiders was Zabriskie. Put it around the net. And starting it ahead at center, they get it to the MMU line, and stepping over there was Burke to knock it away. Now Haggerty muscled it up over the line. The puck tapped back out to center. Right back over the line comes Lederer. Her shot deflected off the defenseman Peterson and went wide on the short side. Those kinds sometimes have the tendency to find their way into the net on those weird deflections, but that one just missed. Now loose puck kept alive by Jackie Ryan, but she couldn't pick it up cleanly. Get some help there along the far side boards from Carboni, and Ryan keeps it in the zone. Shifts clean to the net. The shot, the save by Sayers. And she will hold on to it with 5:56 left in the second period. Tom, the further this game goes, the more it's becoming obvious when Jackie Ryan has the puck, there's not a whole lot that the Raider defense can do to slow her up.
Absolutely. She is weaving through the defense.
Got it again. High shot, save, rebound, poking at it down low, unable to put it away. On the rebound was Lauren Hanley. And we'll get a face-off. Hanley and Ryan, both CVU students playing for MMU, and Hanley nearly picked up the garbage off the high shot by Ryan. Ryan again off the face-off, shooting on that one, hit the leg of a defender, and the puck out to center. Bouncing puck to the center ice area, tapped ahead. Here's Besa. She'll have to chase it down in the corner. Besa trying to center one. Her centering pass was blocked away by Megan Hawley. Now Besa again laid it into the slot. That was knocked away. And back at center comes Hawley. Hawley on the rush. Muscles past the defender to the circle. Floats a shot wide. Rebound kicking around to the far boards. Thompson pinched up to hold it in. Puck flipped around behind the net. Comes down to the near side, and it'll dribble out to center. To play it near side boards, firing it back in was Hanley. And as both teams change up, over to get the puck for U32 is Natalie Levine. Levine at her own line, up on the left wing side with a pass for Bernier. Bernier picks it up, works it over the line, tied up pretty well on the play. And the Cougars will clear the zone to center ice. Maitland sliding it ahead to Haggerty. Tipped it up over the line, but got her stick lifted, got knocked down, and the puck goes to the corner. Something we haven't talked about, Tom. We haven't really thought about it. We haven't had a penalty yet in this game. Here's a feed in front and a save, and the puck cleared away.
Yeah, it's been a very clean. It's starting to get a little more physical, I noticed, over the last few minutes as the Raiders are trying to hold ground on that defensive end. But for the second straight period, MMU has only gotten stronger throughout this period.
Face-off coming up to the left of the goaltender Chloe Sayers for the Raiders. Puck bounced over Ryan's stick back on the point where it was kept in, knocked down, and covered at the side of the net by Sayers. Shot was taken from the point for MMU by Anna Igler and deflected off a U32 defender right to the side of the Raider cage. Draw to the sideboards, picked up, and MMU, or a U32 to rush it to center, but it bounced off the stick of Megan Ryan. Puck fed off the stick of Burke and back deep into the Cougar zone, and Anna Burke behind her own net. Turns away from one defender, gets it ahead up the sideboards. Puck held in by Peterson, got her point shot on goal, and Duluth steered it to the back glass. Jammed up down along the near boards, dug out by the Cougars. Chipped ahead to center, and here again is Jackie Ryan. Shifts the player. Ryan's right in, lays it across in front. They score. Ryan laid it across in front of the net to her line mate, who banged it into the cage, and it's 3-1 MMU on the goal by Lauren Hanley. Hanley set up by Jackie Ryan, and it's a 2-goal Mount Mansfield lead.
And that was just a great, unselfish play by Ryan that time. Drew in the defense and her teammate right where she needed to be and put it right on her stick.
So the goal for Lauren Hanley, a couple of CVUers. Of course, they played together last year on a combo team with South Burlington. This year playing with MMU, as you said, Tom, they got here late, but I have a feeling that Coach Winterstein at this point is very happy to have them here.
Absolutely. They are in the zone at the moment, and MMU, if they can continue to put pressure on, can really try to put this one, pun intended, on ice.
Now the puck picked up by Besa, steers it up over the line. Getting over there, the puck fed up the boards and out to the center ice area. And we've got a delayed offside. It's waved off. Long clear into the zone. Hanley knocked it down, runs it down in the corner. Or actually, that is Megan Hawley who knocked it down. Puck taken behind the net by the Raiders, trying to wipe it out in front, Megan Ryan, but the puck knocked away and the Cougars put it out to center. We're under 3 minutes in period number 2. The Cougars with a 3-1 lead. Now stepping ahead at center is Curley. Curley up over the line, squeezing through, but Thompson got across to take it away. Curley scooped it off her stick, and the Raiders keep it alive in the MMU zone. Puck center right back into the slot, but picked off by Haggard. He got it to the line, and it just got out. Trying to hold it in, turning at the blue line was Jordan Michaud, but that is an offside against the Raiders at the Mount Mansfield line. 2:29, Tom, left here in the second.
And U32 trying to put a little offensive pressure here on MMU. Try to find some way to get some shots towards the net. It's been a while for Delu down on the other side since she's seen some puck action.
Here's Nell Peterson now and behind her own net. Put it around on the sideboards, trying to get to it. Here is Ryan to keep it alive. It was poked off her stick, held in by Burke. Burke floating it down low. They get the redirection, and then the shot by Hanley. Hanley at first tried to change the direction on the shot, then jumped on it, but extending her stick really couldn't do a lot more, Tom, than just bang it right at Chloe Sayers, who made the stop.
Tell you, the Division II record for a championship game is 28 saves, and I feel like Sayers can give that a run here today.
She's got 20 right now on 23 shots. Backhander right off the face-off across the slot. Hanley unable to keep it alive, but Jackie Ryan's got it. Ryan up into the corner. Ryan turning to get away. Shifts her way into the circle, now into the slot on her backhand, and the puck poked off her stick. It's loose down low, and the save by Sayers off the setup down low for MMU, that time for Audrey Scott. And we'll get a face-off again in the Raiders zone. And as I said earlier, right now, the Raiders don't have any answer for these forwards of the Cougars down low.
And I think, unfortunately for U32, some of their best scorers are some of their defensive players, and they're having to hang back right now to try to slow down MMU, and it's hurting their offense on the other end.
Puck jumped to the blue line, but not out. It was held in by Hawley. Now Haggerty stepping, shooting, saved by Sayers, who keeps holding the fort here for U32. Haggerty putting it behind the net. Latimer out in front, laid it across the blue ice. Nobody there to put it away. Puck to the blue line. Thompson held it in. Thompson down to Haggerty. Threw it across the slot to the near side boards. Loose puck. And finally, the Raiders will clear the zone. Up at center, Levine shooting it deep. Levine will chase after it. Thompson back there, though, to knock it away. We're down to a minute to play in period number 2. Cougars leading 3-1, coming to center, pass beyond Haggerty's reach. She'll go off on a change, and Curley back to play the puck. And as Curley touched it, we've got a penalty call coming against U32. Referee Peckham with the first penalty of the game. It is a hooking call against U32's Jordan Nishad. Comes at the 14-11 mark, and a power play opportunity for the Cougars. And if they've moved it as well as they have, Tom, full strength, what are they going to do with a power play?
That is a good question, and Mishot is a big loss. She has 12 goals on the season, 22 assists.
Puck poked off Ryan's stick, and a shorthanded bid and a save by Duluth off the chance for Woodard. Now we're down to 27 seconds in the period as the Cougars come to center. On the rush up over the line goes Ryan. Ryan to the far side boards all the way down into the corner. Jackie Ryan behind the net, out in front. Hanley the shot, floated it wide. Hanley on the rebound. Around the boards, it'll come back to Burke at the left point. Burke holds it, 7 seconds, laying it down low. Bounced off a stick, goes to the corner, clock ticking down, and that is going to do it as the buzzer sounds. And the end of the second period, the Mount Mansfield Cougars will be on the power play for 1 minute and 11 seconds when we begin the third period. And they're going to be working with house money right now, Tom, as they have a 3-1. The third period, state championship on the line. Puck on the ice, underway in the third. And Besa to the puck and scoops it back in.
Still that power play, though, for MMU to start off the period.
For another minute. And getting knocked down in the corner was Haggerty. Mount Mansfield fans wanted a penalty call, didn't get one. Besa trying to keep that puck jammed up along the sideboards. Actually, no, it's not Besa. It's Bernier who's down there doing a great job. And finally, the Cougars dig it free and carrying ahead Anna Burke. Burke over the line, but put it off the skate of a teammate, and Haggerty got knocked flying on the play. Neither referee's arm is up. Haggerty a little slow to get up as it was Besa who got a piece of her.
It looked, though, George, like it was incidental, and it was just two players not looking, coming together.
So they bring the face off outside the line, and we're down to 37 seconds on this MMU power play to begin the third. Big kill for the Raiders. For MMU, they get one here, 3-goal lead. They might basically have salted this thing away. So the Cougars with an opportunity, and so far the Raiders fighting it off. Now it's Burke back to get the puck, over skated a bit, taps it up the boards, and we get a whistle off the play. And what's this? We've got an injured Raider down on the ice, way off the play down at the other end. Slow to get up is Natalie Levine. I have no idea what happened to her.
No, I didn't see it.
So she'll skate across to the bench near side. 21 on the MMU power play, and the faceoff just outside their line. Latterer comes out to take the draw against Woodard. And the puck lying loose, and stepping on it is Thompson. Thompson up over the line, poke checked, and that'll be an offside as Maitland picks the puck up and steps in. So if this was their first task, still 13 seconds, Tom, but if this was their first task was to kill this penalty off, the Raiders are close to getting that done. The draw, poke to the line. Maitland tapped it up over the line down the left wing boards. Puck comes back, and a long shot floated in by Latterer that was steered to the corner by Sayers. Now Haggerty spinning, feeds it down low. It'll bounce through. Maitland to run it down in the corner. Centering pass comes back out, picked out, and the Raiders back at full strength, and they're out at center. On the rush, trying to shift it, losing it on the stick handle, was Jordan Michaud. Puck to the blue line, and it deflects out to center, picked up by Haggerty. Haggerty shifting her way. She's 1-on-5. Puck poked off her stick, got it back, laid it down low, and Curley, the defenseman, dumped it away. Puck to the blue line, held in by Burke. Burke works it around two players. Burke right to the net now. In front, the shot and the save by Sayers. Rebound, they score!
Sayers lost the puck. She was turned around, wasn't even facing the ice, and an easy goal there for MMU.
And they lead it 4-1 on the goal for Audrey Scott, the junior forward. Great play on creating the rush by Burke, who walked about three people to get down low, threw it in front. The initial shot by Scott was stopped, but she was able to get it back on her own rebound. And at the 1:53 mark here in the third period, it is now a 3-goal lead for the Cougars. And that hole for the Raiders just got a whole lot deeper.
Yeah, it's desperation time now if you're U32. You got to get one back quick.
Besa centered one in front, went right through the blue ice, comes back. Peterson shot, deflected off a glove, and cleared around to the corner. And the puck tapped out by Jackie Ryan, and Peterson back to play at her own line. Peterson banking it ahead on the near side boards, up over the line. Megan Ryan, puck taken away by Burke. Burke had it knocked off her stick. Loose puck cleared to the far side boards. And we got a penalty there as Scott got banged into the boards. Puck touched up by U32. And it will be a checking penalty called by referee Merrier. And going to the penalty box for U32 is Megan Ryan. And now it is a power play for MMU with a 4-1 lead and just 12:24 remaining.
And I think you're starting to see some of that frustration from U32 start to seep in here. I think Ryan knew as soon as the whistle blew, she went over to the penalty box because she knew it was on her, and perhaps let that kind of get to her, the situation. And the Raiders are going to have to hold fort, but they really can't step off the gas on the offensive end despite being down a player at this point.
Scott fed it back to the point. Thompson put it back down low. Now it's Haggerty. Haggerty on the point to Burke. Burke back down low. Stick handle move by Ryan. The short side shot. She scores! Jackie Ryan, short side on Chloe Sayers. Ryan's second of the game, a power play goal. It's 5-1 Cougars with 11:59 remaining.
And for Jackie Ryan, I believe that is her 4th point of the day. 2 goals and 2 assists, as she has absolutely been a star here in this Division II state championship game.
So Ryan with the goal. And I think Burke is going to get the assist. Now stepping over the line, it's Hanley for the shot. Floated it wide on her own rebound. She'll try to center one. It was knocked away and regained now by Woodard in the corner of her own zone. Banked it ahead, but puck was poked away from Besa, and the puck floated across to the near side boards. MMU with a 4-goal lead, a little over 11 and a half minutes to play. Hanley back to play it behind her own net. Hanley banks it up the far side boards to Ryan. Ryan ahead with a pass to Scott. Over the line with Hanley. Scott wheeling wide, floats the shot wide. Puck carrying around to the near side. Raiders come back to the center ice area. Puck dumped far side. And Hawley over to get it. Corner of her own zone for the Cougars. Stick handles her way up the boards. Dumps it ahead. Puck poked out to the center ice area. There to knock it down, the defenseman Zabriskie, but her pass on the stick of Jackie Ryan. Ryan for the short side shot. And catching it in the glove, Chloe Sayers, and she'll hold on to it. With 10:52 remaining, 5-1 in the face-off in the Raiders zone.
And for MMU, they are not going to let up in this one. They are going to keep the pressure on U32.
Face-off to Sayers left. Puck kept alive by Maitland, who fed it across the slot. Puck to the near side corner. And jammed there. Dug free now by the Raiders, who will work it ahead up the center on the near side. Feeding it into the zone was Levine. Levine goes in after it. Riding the defenseman along the backboards, Igler. Puck scooped around the sideboards. Haggerty couldn't quite reach it. It's taken back by Curley, and now it's Latterer at her own line. Puck bouncing back to Burke. Here's Anna Burke over the line. Winding the big shot. Saved by Sayers. Puck cleared off the sideboards. Retrieved by the Raiders. Long right wing pass. Bounced off the skates of Meg Ryan. Trying to get it back, but it's cleared away by Burke and out to center. Latterer up over the line. Latterer drags it around a player, broken up just enough by Peyton Curley for the puck to go to the corner. Now digging it out in behind the net, scooping it around to the near side boards. The Cougars keep it alive midpoint. Puck kept in momentarily by Hawley, but now flipped out through center ice. And Thompson back to get it for MMU. Defenseman Margaret Thompson on the rush. Right wing up over the line. Bounces it to the net. It comes loose. The shot blocked and covered up now by the goaltender, who's barking at one of the Cougars, but she really ought to be barking at her own player because Sayers had that puck initially. Her defender went back into her and knocked it free.
We get a timeout here by U32. A reminder, today's game is also available for all subscribers via our mobile website. Log on to nfhsnetwork.com from your smartphone or tablet and view live games or replays from anywhere. nfhsnetwork.com/VPA.
As Tom said earlier, 2 goals, 2 assists for Jackie Ryan. The other goal scorers in this one for MMU have been Lydia Maitland with a goal, Lauren Hanley with a goal, and the other goal was scored by Audrey Scott. But it has been the Jackie Ryan show. Jackie Ryan, a sophomore. She, Lauren Hanley, Lydia Maitland, Amelia Sheequin, who we have not seen much tonight, Katie Peck, and Bailey Pudvar are players who go to CVU but are playing for MMU this year. So the 3 of the 6 have had integral parts in the game.
And remember,
with Ryan being the biggest one.
And remember, they were added to a team that was already in the championship game 1 year ago.
Indeed. Very good point. So the face-off is in the Raider zone. Scott on the draw. Puck cleared up the middle and down the ice. Will it make it for icing? Referee Merrier watching it, and he will blow it down. And the icing call brings the face-off back down to the Raiders zone. 9:17 to play. Cougars have never won a state championship in girls hockey. Got to the championship game for the first time ever last year. And they're looking pretty good at this point. Pass ahead for the Raiders. Tipped into the zone, and racing in after it is Bernier. Bernier behind the net, threw it out in front. There's the shot. They score! And it is Besa set up by Bernier with exactly 9 minutes remaining, and it's 5-2.
And Besa has been hunting around that net all game long, and this time she finally found the back of it and breathes a little bit of life into U32, as well as their fans up off their feet for the first time in a while.
The other thing, Tom, is Bernier, who you mentioned earlier is their leading scorer. We have not seen much of her tonight. I have not called her name very often at all, but she does make the play there to set up Besa for their second goal. So it is a 5-2 game. And the puck caroming off the backboards, kept alive by Haggerty down low. All alone out in front was Scott, but the puck cleared away by Sayers, comes back on her, and she gloves it and holds it for a face-off. The goal getting the Raiders back in within 3 goals, Tom, but immediately Mel Mansfield right back down the ice and with people standing around unguarded in front of goaltender Chloe Sayers. Now the puck to Haggerty, going for a shot. It was blocked, got it back, put it on Sayers, who makes the save. And another face-off coming up in the U32 zone. Unofficially now, that's 32 shots on goal. So that would be what? That would be 27 saves. The record for most saves in a girls' Division II championship game is 28. Now base up over the line. It bounced off her stick and taken now by Haggerty. Haggerty up in the middle. Puck just beyond the reach of Latimer, but picked up by Haggerty. Stepped it over the line. It was knocked off her stick. She'll go back to get it. Pokes it back out to center onto the stick of Hawley, who fed it back in. Raiders with the puck need to hurry. Besa shooting it in. And they're going off on a change. This will allow Thompson to gather the puck. Thompson up the sideboards. Pass was stolen and going right to the net. Unable to get a shot away was Michaud. Keeps it alive on the near boards. Back to Peterson, but her shot hit a leg. Stays in the zone on the other side for Zabriskie, who put it down low. Now Michaud behind the net, turning. Michaud getting worked by the defenseman Thompson. Michaud puts it out to Peterson. It bounced away. Midpoint Zabriskie down low, trying to redirect it to the net, but the shot went wide. Now it's Michaud. Short side shot across the slot. Nobody to pick it up, and Haggerty regains the puck for MMU. Haggerty to center. Works to the red line and will dump it in as we come down to 7 minutes to play in the game. 5-2 MMU. Here's a steal down low. Centering pass in front. Knocked down. A rebound off the goal post. Jackie Ryan looking for the hat trick. Clanked it off the iron. Puck out to center. Burke trying to feed it in. It was knocked down. And now it's Peterson. Peterson got knocked down on the play by Scott. Scott steps it over the line. Scott shooting one. That'll deflect down to the near side corner. And we're down to 6.5 minutes to play. Cougars keeping it alive. Long flip shot from Scott goes wide. Now Ryan with it. Ryan shifting it down low. Ryan tried to center one. Came off a leg. Gets it back. Ryan circles it out into the slot. Holds it. Waits. Ryan all the way around to the other circle. Her attempted shot is blocked and picked off by the Cougars, or by the Raiders, I should say, who come to center. But a right wing pass off the mark, knocked away by Maitland. Now picked up the other way by Curley. The defenseman stops along the far boards, nearly lost it. Now able to scoop it down low. Puck taken for the Cougars, put around the boards by Anna Igler. Puck fed out through center. That'll deflect back down into the Raiders zone, and they will call the icing against MMU. We've talked about all of the players from CVU who are on this MMU team. Anna Igler is a sophomore defenseman. She goes to Mount Abraham and is playing for Mount Mansfield.
Starting to see a lot more schools starting to combine and make for maybe a better overall pool of competition in not just hockey, but all sports.
Here goes Jackie Ryan again. Turns on the speed. Ryan's right to the net. And did she jam it in? No. Sayers stays with her down low on that short side. Keeps it out and keeps the Raiders at least somewhat in the game with 5:32 remaining.
And Sayers should now have the record for most saves in a Division II state championship game. We have her at 30.
Previous record was 28, set by Caitlin Landry of Colchester in 2006. And yeah, it right now is a new record belonging to Chloe Sayers, but sad to say for her right now, down in the game by 3 goals. Now the Raiders into the zone, spinning it around. Logan Blake tried to center one, but that was blocked away by Hawley. Hawley puts it around on the near boards. Haggerty coming to get it. Got bumped. 2 players go down along the boards. Besa covering at the point, tried to feed it up the boards. We get a whistle, and we're going to get an interference penalty against the Cougars. And the Raiders are going to get a power play now with 5:03 remaining. Mount Mansfield's Lauren Haggerty is into the box. I do believe, Tom, that is the first penalty of the night against MMU.
It is the first of the night, so first power play for U32. And, you know, outside of maybe Jackie Ryan, I don't think U32 could have picked a better player to have to sit on the side than Lauren Haggerty.
All right, here's an opportunity for the Raiders. Curley at the point. Curley putting it down. It bounced up and over the stick of Megan Ryan. Megan Ryan tied up by Thompson. The puck comes free. Over to get it is Scott. Puts it off the boards just out over the line to center. Puck played there by Michaud. Cross ice pass. Bouncing down to the near side boards. Up over the line, Megan Ryan. Megan Ryan lays it across on the other side. The catch by Peterson right up to the face-off dot. Lays it back mid-side point. The shot, glove save by Dulude. Off the midpoint shot by Jordan Michaud. And a face-off in the Mount Mansfield zone, minute 24 remaining on the power play for the Raiders.
And even with the advantage, George, U32 still willing to kind of settle for those perimeter shots rather than trying to get inside.
Face-off will be in the circle to the left of Dulude. Bases out to take the draw, but it was won into the corner by Scott. Run down in the corner now by Bernier. Bernier turning as Besa setting up in front. Bernier laid it into the blue ice. It's laying there, cleared away, back to the line. Shot let go by Peterson, went wide. Rebound picked off by Thompson, and she will shoot it all the way down. Or did not. It got up out of play. Tried to throw it all the way down, but instead threw it into her own bench. Bad break there for the Cougars. Great break for the Raiders. It'll keep the face-off in the zone. Minute 4 on the power play, and we're going to get a timeout taken by the Cougars. Cougar timeout with 4 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in the third period. A 5-2 lead for Mount Mansfield in this 2016 state championship game.
A reminder, high school sports fans, never miss another game. Become a subscriber to the NFHS network to watch live event coverage, game replays, and highlights from high school sporting events from across the country. Millions of athletes, thousands of games, just one destination. NFHSnetwork.com. High school happens here.
At Gutterson Fieldhouse, George Como, Tom Corbett, Carl Parton, our producer. Place filling up. It has been throughout game 1. We've got the Division I championship game between Essex and DFA St. Albans coming up after this one. Cougars still with a firm grasp on this, but they'll feel a lot better if they can kill off the last minute 4 of this power play.
And actually see down in the corner the St. Albans hockey team, front row watching the end of this game.
Puck bouncing out to the point, held in by Peterson, put it back down the boards. Puck retrieved there by Jackie Ryan, throws it off the high glass out to center. Now the puck taken and driven back into the zone by Levine. Over to get it, Burke in the far side corner. Burke Had it knocked off her stick, but regains it and is able to shoot it all the way down the ice. Now 35 seconds on the power play. Back to play the puck for U32, Jordan Michaud. Corner of her own zone. Michaud cuts it behind the net. She'll start it out. Pass off the mark, but playing the bounce off the board. Stepping it up over the line is Levine. Levine for the shot. Just went wide. Covering the rebound, Thompson. And Thompson will throw one out to center ice. And we're under 10 seconds on the power play. With the puck, Levine. Levine cross-ice pass. Shifting, working her way over the line is Peterson. Peterson goes wide, throws it to the front of the net. Rebound onto the stick of Besa, but she could not get a shot away. Penalties over. Under 3 minutes now in regulation. 5-2 MMU. And the Raiders controlling in the zone. Shot snapped away wide of the net by Megan Ryan. Now, stick knocked out of the hands of one of the Raiders. The officials have put the whistles away for the most part here in the third period. Puck cleared out and down the ice. That'll be an icing call against the Cougars. We did have the penalty a few moments ago against Haggerty, but there have been some things in his third period, Tom, that in different circumstances you might have seen called. Yeah, it's gotten a little more physical, and you're usually going to have that in this type of situation, a high-pressure game. One team losing by, some would say maybe a insurmountable odd at this point. It's going to get a little more physical. Puck to the corner, far side. Carbone putting it around and behind the net to Burke. Anna Burke lays the pass ahead out through center ice, taken back by Curley. And the puck is up out of play, and we'll get a face-off in the center ice area. 2:13 remaining and a 3-goal deficit for U32. You wonder if they would think about bringing the goalie for the extra attacker. But they had a face-off down in the zone a few moments ago. Did not do it then. Nothing to lose at this point. Not really. You're right. The face-off in the center ice circle. The draw won by Latterer way up in the air, picked up by Burke. Ahead at center to Haggerty. And Haggerty will carry it over the line to the circle. Haggerty drags it around a player, and getting across was Besa to poke it away. She and Haggerty went sliding behind the net. Pass out at center, tipped ahead by Bernier, but taken at the Cougar line by Hawley. Hawley up the near side boards and shoots it right back in. 1:45 separating the Cougars from their first ever girls hockey championship. Here is Maitland over the line for the shot, the save by Sayers. That'll be her 31st of the night. And the faceoff stays in the U32 zone with 1:36 remaining. You mentioned it. It's kind of a auspicious record to have. It's one you don't necessarily want because it means you're under fire for a full 3 periods. Puck to the line, shot bouncing in, and another save by Sayers off Hawley's one hopper from the midpoint. Minute 31 to go here in the third period for MMU. Puck worked to the sideboards by Peterson. She has one of the 2 goals tonight for the Cougars. Gave them a 1-0 lead, for the Raiders, I should say. She gave them a 1-0 lead early on in the game, but it only lasted, that lead did, for about 2.5 minutes. They fell behind early in the second and been playing behind ever since. Center ice, puck driven in by the Raiders' Jordan Michaud. Thompson behind her net with a minute to play in the game. Puck up to Ryan, empty net at the other end. She tries for the hat trick, looking for the empty net, missed it wide, and she'll be called for the icing. Now, coaches are going to be unhappy with you icing it in a situation like that when it's a close game. But with a 3-goal lead, what the heck, take a shot at it, and she just missed. Try to join that small list of hat tricks in a Division II championship game. So here's the face-off in the Mount Mansfield zone. 51.5 seconds remaining. By the way, Sears is now back in the net for this face-off, even though the face-off is way down at the other end of the ice. They're debating where the face-off is going to be, and after some discussion, they're going to move it all the way down to the other end, which is a good reason for Sayers to be back in the net. So Sayers will steady herself in the net for one more opportunity. Draw, snapped away wide of the cage, around to the far side boards. Maitland knocked it down, fell down. Puck, though, held in the zone, trying to go to the net. Haggerty, scooped away by the Raiders. They turn inside their own line. Long pass ahead, stepping over the line. Besa for the shot, saved by Dulude, put it into the corner. Puck comes back up the boards, caught there by Peterson. Peterson fanned on it, second opportunity down low. We've got 20 seconds to play. Peterson dumping it down to Besa in the circle. Her shot skips through wide to the far boards. 12 seconds to play. Puck in the corner. Bernier got it to Ryan, who centered one, comes back to the blue line. Kept alive, but it won't matter. This one is over. And the Mount Mansfield Union High School Cougars are the 2016 Vermont Division II Girls Hockey Champions. The Cougars, a 5-2 victory tonight over the Raiders of U32 here at the Gutterson Fieldhouse. And Tom, I know you were there last night. I was there last night. The CVU girls basketball team winning a state championship last night. And for 6 CVU students, they get their championship tonight, even if they're playing in those blue uniforms.
Absolutely. And I think I heard from the crowd, it was a smaller contingent, but there was a little bit of a CVU chant after they came together to celebrate. And it has been a good couple days for the CVU fans.
And for MMU, after losing in the championship game 4-2 last year, the victory this time around. The Raiders back in the championship game for the first time since they won it in 2011. And they come up short in this one, a 5-2 final score. Final shots on goal up on the board, 38-18 for the Cougars. That means 33 saves in net for the U32 goaltender Chloe Sayers. If you're naming players of the game in this one, Tom, clearly it's Jackie Ryan of MMU on the offensive side for them. And at the other end, Chloe Sayers was outstanding in the loss.
She was under constant duress throughout and really did everything she could to keep U32 in this game. And I think it could have been a even more lopsided score had they had someone else maybe not playing as well as Sayers was able to put on today.
Ryan, 2 goals and 2 assists to lead MMU to the championship. They win it by a final score of 5-2.